they're finding all this waste and theft. Basically, it's deliberate, and they're blaming Elon Musk and the president for finding all of this fraud and theft. Trillions of dollars. And I just encountered a small part of it. What they're doing, and it's been on both sides of the aisle, but mostly the Democrats now. They've been stealing, they've been taking trillions of dollars that don't exist. There's nothing backing it up. They just create it out of thin air. And it's part of the deal with the Federal Reserve, which is not federal and there are no reserves. They control our currency. And what they've been doing for a long time is they've been creating a money laundering system where they steal basically billions, but it's actually trillions have gone missing. And here's an example. I'm old, all right? I'm a broken person. My back, I've had surgery, you name it. I've got 3 or 4 different ailments, diabetic because of the food they feed us, you name it, okay? So I've been running into that with Medicare and Medicaid because my business was destroyed by the same kind of people, the same government stooges working for that certain tribe and, who control the currencies. And in fact, just doing this, my neck is starting to ache because my business is sitting in a car driving people around, and an 11-year-old Cadillac with a second engine, and it's basically broken me financially. And the banks predatory banks have just totally screwed me like 100, 200 million other formerly middle class Americans who are now being driven into poverty. And as a result, I can't pay my bills, but all of these illegals, undocumented workers, they've been brought in over the past couple of decades. Millions of them just in the past 4 years. To accelerate this, to destroy our nation, our republic, giving them money when they get this. I don't get that, I get Medicare, but they will when you sign up for those Advantage Care things, the insurance companies are ripping everybody off and they'll turn you down for treatment. You go back to regular Medicare like I did, and it's basically, it's they'll do just enough treatment to make the money, and then the doctors won't do anything more because they see it as a loss, or they can't double or triple bill, if they're, that's all. God, the entire system has got to go. We need an armed revolution. That's what I'm calling for right now. You want to come and get me? Good luck. But just now I ran into, because they tried, the Franklin County, which is run by Democrats, Columbus, Ohio, they tried to take away my benefits. I was getting food benefits because I can't make ends meet. And that's practically nothing. A couple $100 a month. I'm not going to, condemn me. Fuck you. I can't make ends meet. So they try to take away that lousy $200 a month because, look at me, I'm an old white guy with a beard. They figure, it's not yours anymore, Mr. Lucan. It's these 50,000, 100,000 Somalians we moved into Columbus, Ohio. It's the 50,000 illegals from all over the world now that we gave $1,500 a month to, free rent for 2 years, minimum. About 10 grand when they, and a plane ride anywhere they want to go, which is, they're told where to go. They're not deciding it. So, and I get nothing. They tried to cut me off, and I appealed it to the state of Ohio, and the moment the state of Ohio guy looked at it, he says, "You're reinstated." So the pissy, there's certain races that are running all the government offices. Yeah, I'm a racist because I point out the truth, the fact. So they got pissy down there because they tried to kick me off several different times. They kept asking for proof of residency. They want a lease. Well, guess what? By your own laws, the Ohio law, they're giving food and money to homeless people that have no address. They list the government office as their address. Okay. And I pointed that out. And the guy from the state looked it up. He says, "Yeah, you're right. You don't need a residency. You just have to prove that you're a human being and you're breathing." So they got pissy and they reinstated it. But, and they've tried to fuck with my Medicare as well, my Medicaid. They tried to take away the Medicaid, which is, all it does is it pays a few dollars, which means I still got to, for a prescription, I still got to pay like $5 instead of, 90 or something. Nobody's actually, the entire system is just, it's outrageous. All I want to do is work, I just want to earn my keep. Can't do it. I got to read these. Yeah, landlords. That's the same situation. They're crying about how the landlords, what they do, they game the system. They moved in all these illegals. And the landlords let them do it, which are mostly corporations. It's not a kindly old lady that owns an apartment building or something. They know they get paid. Government just throws money at them. They don't care who gets it, where it goes, and they know it's all going overseas into offshore bank accounts. Trillions of dollars. That's thousands of billions. Okay, and and there's thousands of millions in a billion. There's 1,000 millions. God. And now I'm pulling glue off of this card that I've never used. So they give me my primary health card, okay? I don't get a whole lot of benefit from this. But they've got a thing where they sign you up and you can go to a Mid-Ohio food collective. So that's good for poor people. You feed the kids, you feed the old people. Great. But then I realized just now, it's just another NGO, they call them. NGOs, non-profit government organization. So these people, most of them Democrats, are stealing trillions. They set up a whole bunch of so-called nonprofits. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. A nonprofit, they're not going to profit from this. They're going to help the poor people. They're going to feed the hungry. Do the things that Christ kind of told you to do. Clothe, feed the hungry, clothe the naked, give succor to the people that need help. And there's still glue all over this thing because I've never used it until now. And I thought, well, it's getting to the point where I can't put groceries on the shelf, especially since eggs. They're all talking about fucking eggs. You know why there's the price of eggs? It's because the government, these fucking left and right, they murdered a few million chickens. Like 100 million chickens or something. Just slaughtered them. So, well, we found one chicken with avian flu virus, which is bullshit. So they slaughtered them, It's the same with cattle. Oh, we found a terrible disease. Actually, it came out of a government lab in the Ukraine or China, which we are paying for. And they're just now revealing all of this shit. That's why they hate Trump, and that's why they hate Elon Musk, because they're actually finding all of this, you know. They're finding, it's well hidden, but if you got a guy, you got a 19-year-old guy that is brilliant and can dig through code, they're now finding all of this hidden money that still exists, but it's all gone. People are so greedy. You know, what can you do with $1 billion in an offshore account? Nothing. You know what they do? They trade it back and forth. You know, they think, I need more. I must have more. I say assassinate everyone. Okay, FBI, here's your red flag. Assassinate them all. You know, it's time to go Oswald on everybody. So I keep dancing around the issue. So this Mid-Ohio Food Bank thing, and for months I've been trying to get it. It's like you can't just show up and get something. And I've had people tell me, oh, you can go to any one of them. Go ahead. No. They want to know if you have residency in the zip code, that area, or you can't get free food. You know, we can't have people stealing food and selling it. No, because you're already stealing it and selling it. So they set up these NGOs, and this is one of them. It's called, the sign is out front. It's called Ethos, okay? Ethos. Very fancy building here. And it's like, oh, it's run by a church, and it's run by a nonprofit. That's so holy and good and proper. Well, guess what? Motherfucker, it isn't. It's a coffee shop for liberals. You go in there, and it's a cafe for liberals, libtards. They go in there, and they have their little coffee, and they get on their online, on their computer, and they hang around in chat rooms with other liberals on Reddit. Place is full of a bunch of fucking trendy liberals. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, where are the poor people? Where are the even the illegals? Where are they? Because today is when they make you come and get your groceries. They only do it like on a Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's the only time you can come and use it. So I walk in there and I'm looking, what is this? What's going on? You know, the trendies are buying coffee. I'm like, well, here's a room over here. It says this is where it is, and this is the hours. Nobody in there. Dark. And I ask him at the counter, I say, where's the food bank? You know, I said, here's my little card they gave me. It says, this is it, the Mid-Ohio Food Collective? Yeah. Oh, yeah. She says, well, here, just open the door. She turns on the lights, and I'm like, well, apparently nobody up here is poor, or they don't even know about it, which nobody even knows about it. It's a front. It's a fake. And there's a few shelves, and there's a couple of cans of soup, and it's mostly shit I'm not supposed to eat. It's all pasta, you know, off-brand pasta, off-brand canned crap. And I picked out a few things just as an example. She says, take whatever you want. You can take it all. I'm like, that tells me that nobody ever comes. And it's sparse. It's not like a grocery store. It's a little closet, basically, with a couple of things on the shelf. And she says, oh, yeah, and looks in the fridge. She says, there are no eggs. I go, well, that's not a surprise. So what do you find? You find weird shit like this, off-brand stuff that you've got people, well-meaning people that actually donate, and they have no idea they're being used. But because most of it comes, I mean, who buys this shit? You know, canned chick Kreider? What is this? And that was all that was in there, you know? American Beauty chicken noodle soup, you know, and it's full of just chemicals. And I looked at her, I said, you know, I'm not supposed to eat all this, you know, pasta and everything else that, you know, freaking kill me. She says, oh, I'm sorry. And I go, well, isn't anybody here actually running this church thing? And no, it's a couple of young ladies working behind a counter of a coffee shop, basically. A trendy coffee shop in a beautiful, brand new building, on this gigantic property here, which is worth millions, which the so-called nonprofits profit from. They're just like the church. They're buying up property. They put up something like this. Ethos. Let me get out to the front. Ethos, it's called. And they're supposed to be helping the poor and needy. What they're doing is they're helping themselves. I mean, there's a bunch of really nice cars in the parking lot. Nicer than mine. Oh. Much nicer than mine. And it's all trendy youngsters. Lots of Subarus, a Porsche. Just a parking lot full of them. There it is, Ethos, okay? And it's supposed to be a church. It's not a church. Why am I losing the image? There it is. It's supposed to be a church. Except, well, they've got this beautifully manicured property, which is worth millions. Millions. Up here, here it is. Let me show you. Ethos Church. Monday through Friday. Ethos Church. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. 4 p.m. Ethos and Company. Okay, so it's a front. It's an NGO. It's a fake. God is not inside that building with those trendy idiots, okay? And they're not feeding poor people. Let me, God damn it. They're not feeding poor people. And now it's zoomed in for some reason. There we go. It's a fake. It's a front. They're stealing millions. It's probably one of them. That's why I'm doing this. I'm going to tell Elon Musk. Because they were like, do you have any evidence of these NGOs and, the government waste? It's not waste. It's theft. It's outright money laundering. So they've been given money, but they probably, some local legislature member, some rich person probably set this one up, said, here we go. We can give ourselves several tens of millions a year. We'll call it a church. There's no fucking church. And there's no food bank. There's a couple of cans of food faking it on the shelf. I got a trash truck here on a double yellow. I can't get around him. It's kind of shocking because there was another one, not a different organization. Like some of them are for real. Some of them are for real, where they actually feed poor people, which I got no problem with, I'm not trying to get rid of, and Trump is not trying to get rid of my Medicare. What they found is hundreds of billions of dollars that just goes missing from the system. It's all being stolen, sent to offshore accounts, it's being laundered through the Ukraine. It's the Ukraine, not Ukraine. It's being laundered through, China. China's in on it. Russia's in on it. The whole thing is a fraud. And we, the people, get fucked. We get bent over and fucked in the ass. So Ethos. Now I finally got around to getting up here, with the 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. once a week. It's not even once a week. I think it's like two times a month. Just to fake that there's there. It's there. There it is. Oh, look, see? Open the door. You can take whatever. You can take it all. I'm like, I could have, because there's nobody there. I should just take it all and donate it myself to some worthy cause. Here's Worthington Road. Here we go. So, but then they would say, "Oh, who's this guy? Oh, he's the guy that ratted us out to Elon Musk and Doge." If more people looked into this kind of shit, we could stop this hemorrhaging. And everybody keeps saying it's taxpayer money. No, it isn't. Not a single taxpayer dollar has gone in. It's created out of nothing. Don't you people understand? Trillions of dollars have been they don't even bother printing it anymore. They just type it into a computer. Oh, there it is. There's $27 trillion. Thank you. Now let's give it to our friends at the banks, and they will distribute it to their other banks. We give $1 to the central bankers who are a certain tribe. They take it, they split it into 9 other dollars. Literally. They just cut it up into 9 different dollars. So now they got $10 instead of $1. They take those $9 and they give it to their other banks. And each bank Hey, guess what? The Google machine mind was listening to me. I think I got cut off. I've got a signal. Literally cut me off when I started talking about this stuff. I said all the key words, all the red flag words, and it cut me off. So I have no idea if it's still live. Ray, if it's live again and you're still there, type something into chat, because they shadow ban me because they know things I talk about. So I will never be seen. But it's up there, it's up there in the ether, ethos. It's up there in the ether somewhere. So there's somebody just joined. I'm still on. How do you like that? Yeah, it cut me off when it saw that I was talking about exposing exposing this Ethos thing up here in Westerville, Ohio. Another fake NGO. And all it is a free cafe. Well, you got to pay for your coffee. It's just a free place for trendy liberals to go and sit around, and they're sitting there. There were a handful of them in there. It's a cafe. It's a free cafe. That this fake church put up for their friends, and they can spread their fucking lies and their propaganda. And they got this fake food bank attached to it. I should have pulled the camera out and showed it inside, but that's amazing. This girl, she's 20 something. She says, "Oh yeah." I said, "Here's a card. Nobody wants to check." No. She says, "No, you can." And there's 2 women standing there that looked. I thought they were immigrants. 2 women apparently from Central or South America. And I thought, are they waiting on this thing? No, they were waiting on a cup of coffee. They grabbed coffee and left. I'm like, there's nobody running this. She says, "Oh, here, you could just take whatever you want." And I said, "Well, it's a whole shitload of pasta, and tomato sauce. I can't eat tomatoes." And, and it's all this weird off-brand shit that obviously they probably get it for free. And it's just on a shelf as a show. They're not really, nobody's there. So maybe you got a half a dozen poor people up in this area. There aren't a whole lot of poor people like me. I'm in a fucking RV park. I've been stuck. I was stuck in a goddamn extended stay motel for 2 years after they shut me down in 2020 with their fake COVID bullshit. Killed my business. So I was on, you know, I had SBA throwing me a bone and then questioning me every step of the way for a couple of grand here or there, which they now want back. And they were handing out billions, hundreds of billions to, once again, their money laundering for the rich people around the world, these elitists hiding behind NGOs and everything else. And now it's being exposed, and they're going bananas, telling people to go out and, oh, we love electric cars. We're liberal. Oh, hey, go out and burn an electric car. Now it's set fire to, take your key and scratch that Tesla Model S sitting there. Unreal. And people do it, people are stupid. They have no idea how they're being used. Anyway, see, I could go on and on. But now I know it's bogus. That's an NGO. If there were actual, it was an actual church, real Christian people there in there actually doing God's work and feeding the poor, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But I should have said, I could take it all. I should have just taken it all and then gone down to the hood and gave it to a real food bank. Jesus. What a world we live in, man. What a fucking world we live in. And here I am, struggling to pay my bills. I've gone deeper into debt instead of, clearing my credit cards. These banks, more of the same tribe running the banks. Just predatory motherfuckers. And boy, they got me. They got me the past few years. Any fucking way. That's that. I can't do this all day.